Hello everyone. In this video I'll be explaining how to use the pen tool, which is the most important tool in Photoshop. So I have opened two pictures. One is of a light house and another one is of a baby girl, and few other images are open here. Now if you see these photos, the background here is somewhat different from every photo. So I want to pick a particular object or one image. For example, in this picture I want to keep only this lighthouse. I want to remove the background. So there are many techniques in Photoshop which you can use to remove the background. So one is here background eraser tool, and by using control and open or closing flower bracket tool, you can resize the brush size. And you see when you click on the edge, there is a plus mark in the inside that circle, so that is the picker actually. And you can resize the tolerance, that means the color range it selects, so that can be adjusted here. Okay, so just go on clicking on that color and you will find the background is erasing now. Okay. Okay, so go on clicking on the edge. Don't click inside that lighthouse picture, because it removes that pixel otherwise. So this way you can erase the background. Okay, see the outlines are removed now, and you can, just like the normal eraser, you can erase it, or you can resize that background eraser tool, and you can remove a larger area, but still you can see somewhat very lighter pixels you can see once it is removed, because it takes a little time, or else you know again and again you have to rub over there to remove it clearly. So there is one option, that is by using that lasso tool, you just select that lighthouse roughly around, make a selection around that lighthouse picture, and once it is completed it will become a selection. Then you go to the select and make it inverse, and just press delete to remove the background. Now you can see there is a transparent background there, and what I am doing is I am keeping some other image as a background there. So just I drag the other picture to the lighthouse file, and you can see the background which I imported is overlapping now. So when I changed the background layer to the layer order, I sent it to the behind that lighthouse, and you can see that is a completely transparent region there. So you can put any solid color, you can put any image there, suitable image. So here this image, I have to scale it properly to hide that rock photo. So yeah, so somewhat like this you can rearrange the background. Okay, you can put some other pictures as well, very suitable picture. So now you see the complete there is a change in the background. So I'm hiding that now, and see something otherwise you can take some single color. Okay, so for that you have to create a new layer by clicking on the new icon in the layer panel, and you can apply some solid color there. Okay, the shortcut to apply color is control backspace or alt backspace. Control backspace for foreground color and alt backspace for background color, or else there is a filler paint bucket tool. You can use that and you can paint over there like this. Okay, there is a gradient tool as well, where you can apply multiple colors. So you go to the gradient preset and just change the colors. At least two colors you should have, so you can apply the gradient like this. Okay, so now it looks good. This is called as a linear gradient. So I can change the color, even lighter or any color from the color palette I can select, and just give OK. The second color I'm changing, okay, can be little darker to that. Okay, okay. Yeah, so this is a linear gradient which is applied to that light box, and there are other options as well. Under gradient you have radial. See, now what I applied is a radial gradient, and you can change the color area of a particular uh, gradient. Now again I'm drawing a gradient, so you can see that the glow around at the top of that lighthouse is more compared to the previous one. So this is one method of changing the background using that or cutting the background. Now I have one more picture here, a girl standing in a beach. Here you cannot use that background eraser. That is because it's not uniform color there. So I'm using a pen tool here. So just go to the pen tool, shortcut is P, and double click on the layer panel to on layer icon to unlock it, and you go on clicking uh, with the path clicking around that picture. Okay, so wherever is required you can hold alt and you can cut the vertex, that is one side of that. If it is a smooth straight line it is not required, otherwise sometimes it is required. See, okay, so here hold alt and click. Okay, uh, okay, so this way you can create a path. So pen tool is basically used to make an exact selection. It's not just for cutting the photographs, but also it can be used to create some drawings as well. But basically in Photoshop we use it to cut or to make a selection from the pictures. So here just go on creating a path around that picture, because I want to make a selection. I want to separate that girl from that background. Okay, so I want to remove the background. So it may take some time to get good hold over pen tool, so you may have to practice over and over and again for few days. Otherwise with just mouse it is difficult to get the exact selection there. So let me complete this path selection. Okay, so you can use the spacer bar tool to move or to pan the picture there, and you can use control plus and control minus to zoom in and zoom out. And now that is the end of the selection. So you can see a path is created around that girl picture, and just press Ctrl Enter to make it as a selection. Now you can see the running marquee there, and just go to the selection and inverse it to make that beach picture as a selection area. So now hold Shift and F6 to apply little feather or the outline blur to that, and press Delete to remove the background. Now you can see there it is alpha, and I have some other background opened here, so I'm putting that as a background, just like in how I did for the lighthouse picture. So I'm doing it here as well. So now this scenery is above that girl picture, so you can change the layer order and you can keep that as a background. Okay, you can resize the girl picture using Control T. Okay, you can reposition it. Now you can try out little blur to the background. So I'm applying here lens blur. Okay, lens blur, it applies a little blur similar to the camera blur. Okay, so okay, now that is done. Now I'm changing to changing the levels or the color scheme of that. So there are three channels because it's a RGB file, so you have red, green and blue RGB, three channels. Just try out by changing these values or parameters to get some good output. And okay, so I'm changing now green, and you can see the change behind there. Okay, okay, yeah, so there are some presets as well to increase the contrast, all these things, so you can try out those as well. Okay, so again I'm going to the green channel, and I'm doing some modification there with the color scheme, color channel. Okay, uh, yeah, so I think that is okay. Now click OK there to finish that part. So again, thanks for watching this video. If you like this, please subscribe my channel and support me. Thank you.